Alright guys, what's going on? War number 5. And we're up against 211. Alright, let's scout the paths here. I've got this single fight Gladiator Hulk in section 1. And then I'm taking path 5 in section 2. Rhino and Thor Ragnarok. And then I'm going to be taking that Omega Red. So I have 4 fights this war. Kind of a brief war here. But I am facing 4 Protect Defenders. So I'm bringing Big Boy APOC, Cable, whom I recently took to rank 2, and my rank 3 Magneto. So something interesting about this team, Apocalypse has a synergy with himself that increases his attack rating by 15% per additional mutant teammate that he has, excluding himself, of course. So I'm getting plus 30% additional attack rating when using Apocalypse in this war. It's pretty cool. Alright, so this first fight, Gladiator Hulk, there's nothing really to this fight. Now, you guys are going to see something that I didn't realize until after this fight, but I go in and just watch his stun timer. Gladiator Hulk's. When I get off a parry stun, watch how brief it is. So there, like, he came out of the stun, like, before, really, I started my heavy attack, so I got lucky that I didn't get punished there. And I checked after this fight, and I was rebuilding my masteries. I decided that I was going to run this war with no suicides, because really all season I've been running Apocalypse with suicides, and it's just been insanely expensive because his health pool is so big, especially when I'm boosting. I did not boost for this fight at all. So yeah, but I talked to Bryn and Legacy. They both have rank 3 Apocalypses. Lags is new to that club, but Bryn has been, he's been using Apocalypse for a while, and both of them, don't think that, suicides is really necessary, and Legacy ran Apocalypse this same war, and he had no issues at all with Apocalypse's health pool and just the items like I had, and I just think it's because of suicide. So with Apocalypse, you do really want to be throwing your specials. So you're eating a lot of recoil damage, and when you're boosted, that recoil damage is, it's still only the same percentage of your health that you're losing, but in terms of raw HP, it's considerably more. So anyway, that fight went pretty well. So yeah, anyway, I was redoing my masteries, and when I went into this fight, I forgot to do 3 out of 3 in, gosh, I can't remember what it's called. Whatever the mastery is that elongates opponent stun times in the very top mastery in the utility tree. Anyway, doesn't matter. All right, so here we are going to throw on some, I'd say, pretty light boosts. So we've got the 158% mutant boost, and then just we're just doing a 10% attack, and then I'm going to throw on a 20%. No, I'm going to throw on a 10%. Now I'm going to throw on a 20% champ boost. All right, and the idea here, this is just a rank 2 Rhino. The idea here is I'm going to completely ignore ebb and flow intercept, so my damage is going to be reduced significantly, I think by 60%. But I'm just going to, I'm going to wear him down with debuffs. So, what I've been doing in this fight, I've taken this fight a few times this season. And what I've been doing here is, obviously you want to get Rhino cornered as quickly as possible. You want to, apply all 4 of your personal debuffs through the SP1 and SP2. I don't really think it matters what order. And then once you have 4 debuffs, what I like to do is just get to that SP2 or SP3 to lock in all those debuffs indefinitely, and then you can just start recycling specials. So you guys will see all those little red numbers there. I've got some red tick damage, but also when I throw my specials, I'm getting burst damage. And you get additional burst damage for each personal debuff that you have on the opponent. So the 4 debuffs that Apocalypse applies with his SP1 and SP2, each of those is going to award him or his special attacks more burst damage. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. It is a pretty slow fight because, number one, I'm not running suicides, of course, and Rhino is a pretty beefy guy. And, of course, we've got protection here. So, all right, we're throwing the SP3. This is the only SP3 I'm going to throw in this fight. I just want to lock in my debuffs, and then, you know, I think it's more beneficial to throw your SP1 or SP2 just to get that extra burst damage on every hit. The SP1, I think I said SP3 or SP2, but the SP1 or SP2, I think the SP1 honestly might be a better option in a fight with a protection like this because it's got a lot more hits, and each of those hits is giving you burst damage. But I do think that I go for the SP2 just because it's got a little bit more overall DPS. But, you know, none of those hits crit, I don't think. So we're 2 minutes into this fight. We've only taken off 60%, but keep in mind that, again, all of my damage is being reduced by 60%. So, you know, Apocalypse's damage is there, especially with 4 genetic code and any kind of mutant boost, but yeah, it's just a long fight because I can't really intercept him. I could intercept him. I would obviously I would get hit because of his unstoppable, but you know, I could risk that if I was really worried about this fight. But because it's such an easy fight otherwise, it's better just to slow play this. And if it takes 3 minutes, it's not a big deal. So at this point, we've got him down towards the end, and I'm just going to be throwing my SP1s for that extra burst damage. This one, does it kill him? No, it doesn't kill him. It's been a few days since this war. This was war number 5. We just finished war number 6 today, so yeah, it's been a couple days. But anyway, Rhino goes down, gonna hit into his block there, stun him. I love that mechanic. It's so cool. All right, and then I've got Thor Ragnarok here. I'm using Magneto. Now, really, the only thing with Magneto, this is a very easy Magneto fight. And Thor is large, but because of the ebb and flow intercept protection, I don't have to worry about protect triggering at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start building up my prowess. Now, because Thor is metal, every time I knock him down, I'm gaining a permanent prowess buff. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to, you know, bait out his specials. I'm going to build up his prowess until I have close to 3 bars of power. Then I'm going to start charging my prowess. I want to clear his power at that point so that he has no energy, or I'm sorry, no power. And then I'm just going to do an abbreviated combo, back up, throw a light attack to intercept him, get the protection off. And then we're going to throw an SP3. And protection is not going to trigger during the SP3 from the global. So there we go. We bop him, back up, throw a light attack, and yeah, that's it. He's done. So absolutely picture perfect fight there. I was super pumped about that. Again, it's not a difficult fight, but anytime you have a fight that goes absolutely flawlessly, just perfect execution, makes you look like the best player in MCOC, you know, that's pretty cool. All right, so here I'm going to be using my rank 2 cable against this Omega Red. I do actually like this placement. I think it's pretty clever. You know, you could use a nullifier like Sorcerer Supreme or Doctor Doom, but you would really want to keep him to his SP1s, and you would have to kind of play keep away a little bit throughout the fight because of the spore damage that you would take if you're just chilling next to him. But he is large, of course, and Cable is also large, so I'm just going to make him a horseman. I'm going to go into this fight, and I'm just going to parry heavy the entire fight, stack up my degens, and, you know, it does have rage, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to trigger rage at all. I didn't boost any of my attack at all. And, yeah, he's just going to melt. So there I had the spacing a little bit off on my heavy punish. There was zero reason to punish his SP1 with the heavy. I think I'm going to try it one more time in this fight when I feel like it looks like the spacing is going to be a little bit better. So we're going to bait out this SP1 here in a second. And I think that this is where I try again to counter his SP1 with my heavy. And that ends up working out pretty well. So, you know, if you're playing Cable in War for actual war fights, I think any other node, it's going to be beneficial when you can make him horseman, obviously, to go ahead and run suicides. Don't worry about specials. And yeah, I mean, the degen damage really scales with boosts and with suicide. So boom, that is it for my war. And now we go to the cards, and the gold and platinum card winners.
Alright, let's have some fun! Yeah!
The Bash Broskies, Bryn and Legacy. These guys are just unbelievable. It's crazy having both of them in the same battle group. They get a lot of fights. They're really good. They're two of the best players in the Alliance. And then, of course, Karate Mike. You guys know him. Amazing player with the Mole God. He got the silver. Anyway, that is it for the video, guys. Leave a like and a comment. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.